That's good, Jack. Well done. Out here so he can take it. In front of his face, that's the way.
This man will give a whole new meaning to a one-club player. In the northern suburbs of Perth, bleeding black and gold doesn't mean you're a Richmond supporter, but an Ocean Ridge Eagle, who is now a club legend.
Long Scotty, that's it. Good stuff.
He's a fixture down here. People just automatically see that red goatee and they obviously know it's Viko.
That's far enough, Hamish.
Well, he probably played one of his best games I've seen him play on the weekend. That was his 400th when he kicked 4.
You heard right. Viko has played 400 games and it all started 24 years ago.
I was 16 years old. I was playing junior cricket for Ocean Ridge, and one of the guys said, do you want to come down and have a game of footy? We're going to start a Colts side. So I'd only moved up to Ocean Ridge area when I was about 14. So I thought, yeah, have a game of footy, why not? So we started the Colts side in '89 when I was 16.
In front of his face, that's it, in front of his face.
I remember the first season, I remember the coach. I remember my first training session, and he said, if you're just here for a kick, you can get up and leave now. And I thought, well, maybe I should just get up and leave because I'm just here for a kick. But I didn't get up because nobody else was. So, yeah, first training session I remember, first game not so much. I think we got whacked because we only had about 14, 15 players back then, so it was a tough first year.
The amazing thing is, Viko's 400 games have all been at the one club, Ocean Ridge.
It was nothing that I've sort of set myself to do. Every pre-season comes around, I decide that I need to lose a few kilos, so I go to training and see how the body feels and, yeah, make the decision, see if the coach wants me to have a kick or not.
Having played in league and reserves, Viko had to wait over 300 games just to win a premiership.
The 2 premierships in the last couple of years. I played over 300 games before I got a premiership. It was in the Resis, so that was good fun.
In 2002, Viko received life membership for the Ocean Ridge Football Club and 2 years later was named in the team of the quarter of the century.
Yeah, that was very special. I knew a lot of the older guys that were on the selection panel, having started, the club was only 25 years old, and I'd already played 15 years of that. So that was good. I'd get named alongside some of the guys that I looked up to when I first started playing footy here, who were really good footballers.
The 400th was one to remember. The half-back turned forward, starred with 4 goals.
He's on. Goal time! Come on, Nikki!
Yeah, that was very special. Whitford's is obviously one of our closest rivals, being 5 minutes down the road, and we definitely have a good rivalry against them and like beating them, and they like beating us. We've had quite a few players swap clubs over the years. Some come this way, some go the other. They were spectacular on the weekend, losing by so much. That was very good of them. I managed to kick 4 goals, which I haven't done for a long time, and thankfully none of them were gimmies. But no, it was a really good day. Whitford's guard of honour afterwards, the boys carrying me off the oval.
But there was no prouder moment for Viko than having his gran watching on.
My gran came down for the first time in 400 games to watch. She's been telling me for 15 years to give the game up because I'll get hurt. So that was tremendous, having my gran here for the first time. My gran loved it. I was pleased at the end of the day. I was sweaty and wet, and she goes, I want a hug, and I said, look, I'm sweaty. She goes, I don't care. That was really good.
But Viko's biggest fan comes in a slightly smaller size, his son Travis.
Keep going, Trav.
Does he inspire you?
Yeah, I plan to play 400 games like him.
Father and son are even eyeing off the chance to play alongside each other.
Yeah, that's what we're planning to do.
We'll see. I think he's got to be 16 before he's allowed to play a senior game, and if I can get through 4 more pre-seasons, probably back off playing. I won't play every game of those years, but if I can get 5 to 10 games in each year, I reckon, yeah, there's a very good chance.
But that's not what's keeping Viko playing. It's a lot simpler than that.
I don't like exercising on my own. It's much easier to get out here and get pushed by 60 or 80 guys to continue running laps and doing the work. So that's probably it. It's the motivation to stay fit, and this is the only way I'm going to do it.
Viko had a slight setback earlier in the season after dislocating his fingers.
Dislocated 2 fingers in the first game of the season. I had to go to hospital to get them put back in. A few of the guys would give me a bit of a ribbon. They reckon I was having a bit of a squeal out on the oval, but I'll dislocate 2 of their fingers and see how they go.
But the injury proved good timing for the planning of his 400th.
There'd been some talk from the pre-season about how to orchestrate a really good home game rather than the week before would have been out at High Wycombe, and no one wants to play a milestone game out there.
At the age of 39 and now playing in the thirds, just don't mention the word retirement to Viko.
I've never said retirement. I'll rock up pre-season and see how I feel.
And if you're thinking Viko feels a little bit old, you wouldn't be the only one.
I've played now with 12 guys whose dads I played with years ago, and 2 of those played in the thirds grand final in 2010, so that was pretty special, having their dads watching me play footy with their kids.
So the question is, how long will Viko continue playing for, and will he crack the 500? But for now, he's keeping an eye on those who are after his title.
It's going to be tough. I've told him it's going to be tough. There's a couple of guys that are eyeing it off. There's one that's played over 300 games now. He's still playing in the league side because he's 6'4". It makes it a bit easier apparently. One of the young guys reckons he's going to do it, but I don't think he knows how much he's got in front of him to get there.
I can't see anyone else doing it down here. It's just, and for the same club too. I mean, people forget that he's played it all down here. So yeah, it's a big achievement.
I came here and played footy, and all the guys are great, and there's no big egos. Everyone gets along well. I think that's probably the best thing, that nobody thinks they're better than anybody else around here. We're all here having fun playing footy, and we try and do it the best as we can.